Hey everybody, what's going on today? DMV Area 8 back in the building with yet another video where today I have a special guest here with me today that's going to talk about the Orioles vs. Mariners series in Camden Yards for 3 games. This right here is my friend Brighton. He has been a good friend of mine since our 10th grade year at high school. So without further ado, introduce yourself to the people who you are.
Hey, my name is Brighton, as he said, and as he said also, I've known him, actually, he said 10th grade, but it's really been since 8th grade. If you think about it, when you were giving your rundowns on virtual school during COVID, and I'm just happy to be here and talk about Mariners, who I'm hoping can pull off a big upset win against the Orioles. Hopefully win 2 games, but I think it's going to end up being 1-2 Orioles, but we'll see what happens right there.
All right, let's get into it. So, first things first. Obviously, these two teams, they're both first place, or should I say, as of now, the Yankees getting a win today. They are a game ahead of the Orioles for first. But Baltimore, they still got a few tricks up their sleeve. They're trying to get first place back in their division. But, Brian, I'm going to ask you, what do you guys need to do to beat my Orioles somehow, some way in this series?
Yeah, well, I'm not too worried about our pitching, as you've known over the past few weeks and months, I guess. Our pitching has been pretty consistent. It's just our hitting that worries me. Sometimes we get really good hitting, and other times it's pretty bad. As long as Julio Rodriguez can stay playing good, he has not been hitting very good this year, which has been not very. I'm not very happy with that. Hopefully, sometime soon he makes his breakthrough and gets past that and starts hitting good and helps out the team.
I see. Now, for my side, obviously, as you guys saw, the offense for Baltimore is just one of the best in the league. But the biggest concern for our group is pitching. We need a good reliever that can close out games. And if you guys did not see in my Orioles vs. Nationals vlog, go check that out in my channel. You can tell that our closer did not do a good job closing the game with 1 out to go. And then you just saw the Nationals just tie the game there. So we just need some good relievers that can close out ball games. And going into late July, we'll probably make some moves for good quality pitchers. But it's just the offense that carries the team. And that defense, both infield and outfield, should carry us to victory right there. The next question for you, Brighton, is who do you see being the best team right now? I'll give you a couple teams. Phillies with 31 wins. Yankees getting the win today with 30 wins. Baltimore with 27 wins. Your Mariners, obviously, with 24 wins. And a couple other teams like I mentioned, the Brewers, the Cubs, and, of course, the Dodgers. Who do you see being the best team in the league heading towards the middle of the season?
Yeah, out of all of those teams, I think the Phillies are good. I mean, yes, they are the World Series reigning champs, but I don't think they are as good as their record shows right now. But other than that, I would have to say the Dodgers are looking pretty solid. And then another team you didn't mention, the Braves are pretty good too. They're definitely one of the top contenders in the league. But you cannot forget the Orioles, the Baltimore Orioles. They've been playing consistently very good this year. They're still sweepless. And better yet, they have a bunch of young rookies that are looking better and better by the day. So I can't wait to see if they can do something. And I'm hoping my Mariners can do something too. Like I said before, our pitching's been great. It's just our hitting that needs a little bit of work. And then we'd be a very good division leader team. I mean, we're leading the division right now, and if we can keep that up for the rest of the season, then we're well on our way to a long playoff run.
Yes, and another team that I can possibly put on the list is the Rangers, the current reigning defending World Series champions. The Phillies won the NLCS in 2022, but then could not get it past it the previous year. So yeah, there's a couple teams that I can possibly see be a legitimate threat, but I just believe that no one can possibly ever see the Orioles getting swept until somebody proves that they can have the ability to sweep us. We still have the potential possibility of getting the 1 seed again in our league, the American League, moving forward. Another thing here going into the late month of May, I want you to share your thoughts on my 44-minute baseball vlog on the Orioles first match. When you saw that video, what's your reaction throughout the whole process of watching that video?
Yeah, it was great. I mean, you showed us the night before the game and then you showed us when you went to the game, and then your pregame reactions and just how excited you were to go. I loved it. And you showed both sides of your fan. You showed your national side and then your Orioles side. And that was a really cool thing to see right there. And then at the end, you just were all out, go O's with after they got that very, very good win in extra innings, which was probably amazing to go watch and just be there around everyone in that stadium too. Must have been amazing. And you showed how awesome that was and how much that game meant to you right there.
And just so everyone knows, I stood for the entire 12 innings up until midnight, my time, to watch the whole 12 innings. And it was just crazy game of emotions, especially coming down to the wire. You could have asked for a better game for a battle of the Beltways right there. The Nationals, too, they're just trying to rebuild, but they'll have some great moments this year. Now, my last question for you before we get to the other segment of this video here is that what do you enjoy mostly about Julio Rodriguez? I know he's the star of your team that signed a massive contract the previous year. But what do you like about him the most in his previous years in Seattle?
Yeah, I mean, he's had some really good moments throughout his career. I mean, his rookie season was sensational. And then he's had some really good catches. I really liked last season, if you remember, when he went up to rob a home run and he caught it, but he pretended like he did not catch it. And then he fooled everyone when he walked out smiling, holding the ball. It's one of my favorite moments so far. And yeah, I just hope that he continues to play as good as he has.
I see. Now, from my side, there's two stars that are legitimate captains for our team. Obviously, Adley Rutschman, who I saw walked off the Blue Jays. That was a really good game to avoid yet another sweep. And, of course, AL Rookie of the Year Gunnar Henderson, which I obviously saw hit a home run in that game against the Nationals in person. And I look forward to see what these two stars can do for the Orioles moving forward. So, yes, that's the Mariners-Orioles side of this video. We're going to move into our next segment of this video, which we're now going to talk about some basketball predictions. So, as of lately, ladies and gentlemen, the NBA playoffs has now reached the middle point of the postseason. And most recently, the Celtics have a dominating series against both Cleveland, the previous round, and then first round, easy business taken care of against the Miami Heat. But now they wait the winner of the Pacers or the New York Knicks. So we're going to have our predictions right over here. So Brighton, who do you got winning Game 6 tomorrow night between the Pacers hosting the New York Knicks?
Yeah, I think this one could go either way. I mean, both teams have been playing outstanding basketball this season. But one big thing with that series, the Pacers have not lost a game at home yet. So I think they will continue that, and they will get the win at home tomorrow. But the series will go back to New York for Game 7, where the Knicks will win it. But I think they will not get their victory until they play back at the Garden.
I see. Now, as everybody knows, it's an undefeated record for the Pacers at home. If the New York Knicks play their style of basketball like they did in Game 5 and get a masterclass performance from Jalen Brunson, they have a legitimate shot to go to Boston for the East Finals. And they do have a chance to do so, but however, the Pacers are 5.5-point favorites coming into tomorrow's game at home. So, at the end of the day, this could possibly go to a Game 7 in Madison Square Garden, but I'm going to have to say that this would be the time for the New York Knicks to show up. So my prediction here, I still got Knicks winning the series. I just think that the series will end tomorrow. So I got Knicks winning by a final score, let's see, 107. I'm going to go 107-103 for my score predictions tomorrow. I definitely think it will be close, but we shall see what happens from there. Now let's go to the West side. Let's take a look at the Thunder Mavericks series, which everybody saw yesterday that the Dallas Mavericks had a dominating victory over the Oklahoma City Thunder, getting that key victory there at the last minute. Now they have a 3-2 victory, or 3-2 series lead, heading back home to Dallas. Brighton, do you see the Dallas Mavericks closing the series out at home?
Yes. I mean, they've been playing outstanding. They've been stopping the Thunder. They're on a 3-0 run right now for their win after they just won last night, as you said. They won by 12 last night, and they have not been able to Thunder have not been able to stop them. They don't have any answers for them so far. I mean, they did for the first two games, and then after that, they've been getting wiped. I don't think they'll be able to figure it out. they're too young right now. They need another year or two to become the super team we all know that they can be. This is not their year yet. They're going to lose to the Mavericks on Saturday.
And just like the previous series with the Clippers, the Dallas Mavericks, with Kyrie Irving and Luka Doncic, they be able to show up in the biggest stage whenever they need to show up. As for the Thunder, yes, they're extremely young. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is the heart and soul of the team, but still they need some more experience. So I still got Dallas winning Game 6 tomorrow night and advancing onto the West Finals to either play Minnesota, which is facing elimination tomorrow, against the champions Denver Nuggets. Game 6, speaking of which, is tonight, 8:30 East Time, 5:30 Pacific Time in Minnesota, where the Wolves will face elimination for the first time in this playoffs. Anthony Edwards had a bad game, Game 5. He's looking forward to respond, but Nikola Jokic had 40 points Game 5. He's looking forward to dominate in this game tonight. So, who do you see winning tonight between the Nuggets and the Thunder? Or the Wolves, I should say.
Yeah, the Nuggets have been playing very good against the Wolves lately. They have 2 straight wins that actually make that 3 straight wins. They've done the same thing that the Mavericks are doing to the Thunder, where the other team gets a 2-0 lead, and then the other team comes in out of nowhere and gets 3 straight. I think that stops tonight in Minnesota. I think the Wolves are going to get the win tonight, tie the series up, and I don't even know what's going to happen in Game 7, if that is how it goes down on Monday. If that happens, I think it'll be one of the best games of the year. These games are always so close, but I'm going to go with the Wolves tonight at home.
I could definitely see that happening. If there is somehow a Game 7 that's going to happen in Denver, I can't wait to see it all come down to. And did you see, by the way, that Aaron Gordon not only put up a lot of threes and a lot of dunks too on the Minnesota Timberwolves?
Yeah, that was very impressive right there. The Wolves normally don't give up too many three-pointers, but they did it. They gave up a lot to the Nuggets the other day.
Yeah, this guy was just carrying the team. He was just carrying the team to a whole nother level. As well as the young guys, Christian Brown, and KCP, Kadarius Caldwell-Pope, who, by the way, is a veteran. They may be going all over Rudy Gobert, Karl Anthony Towns, and Anthony Edwards, who, by the way, needs to step up his game tonight. But at the end of the day, for my predictions right here, I'm going to see Denver get the job done tonight. I think they'll have the willingness to go out to Minnesota, which they did twice already, to go out there and clinch the West Finals. And, by the way, for those who did not see Game 4, Jamal Murray hit an amazing half-court shot right before halftime to literally control the game. What's your reaction when you saw that half-court shot buzzer beater?
Yeah, I saw that buzzer beater right there, and I was just shocked. I said to myself, I was just like, wow. And, I mean, sure, it was right going into halftime, and the Wolves could have came back from that. But if you see someone make a shot like that, that just takes the soul out of you. And it did, as the Wolves went on to lose that game. And that just got the Nuggets even more hyped up and ready to destroy them, which they did. And that just shows how good Jamal Murray is.
Yeah, and for honorable mentions, by the way, I know that Anthony Edwards had 45 points in the game, but it was just not enough. And by the way, once Jamal Murray hit that half-court shot, right in front of play-by-play commentator, famously known Kevin Harlan, he did a stare down right in front of his face from the score table, which was definitely the highlight of the night right there, which just drew off a lot of reaction around the league right there, which was kind of cool to see. Now, moving into the next part of this video right here is that if you have not seen this, ladies and gentlemen, yesterday, the NFL released the schedule for all 32 teams in the league, which you see that Ravens flag right there. My team got our schedule, and Brian's team, Seattle Seahawks, got their schedule too. So, Brighton, what do you think about the schedule release that happened yesterday?
Yeah, I didn't look around too much for any of the other games. I saw only one, the big one that I did see was the first game of the season on Thursday night, Ravens-Chiefs at Kansas City. That should be an amazing game, especially the rematch of the AFC Championship. Cannot wait to see that one right there. I'm going to have to say Ravens in that one. The Chiefs are good. I mean, yeah, they just won the Super Bowl, but I think the Ravens are better. They just weren't prepared for the playoffs just yet, and I think they're just going to come in and destroy the Chiefs at home. And then looking at my Seahawks schedule, which I was very excited to see, we have some tough games, some tough stretches, but all in all, I think it's a pretty. It shouldn't be too bad for us to get to the playoffs. We have some easy division opponents, in my opinion. We have the Cardinals and the Rams, who should not be much of an issue this season if we can just play our best, which we have shown that we can if Geno Smith plays good, of course. And then we have some other easier opponents. The Bears, yes, I know they just got 2 first-round picks, but I don't think that this is their season just yet. And then we have the Patriots at New England. I'm not concerned with them, especially after they just lost Belichick. I don't know how they're going to turn out to be. In our first game of the season against the Broncos, they just got rid of Russell Wilson. They have no idea what's going on with them. I have no faith in them to do anything good, so I'm going to say we beat them in a rematch from if you remember, 2 seasons ago when we traded Russell Wilson. We played them in Seattle.
Oh, yeah. That was a really good
we won that game, and that's a rematch right there that we're going to win again.
Really, really nice. Yeah, so I'll give you some notable games going on in our schedule right here. So for those who don't know, we open up our first 4 games against the Chiefs, okay, Raiders, Cowboys, that'll be tough, at Dallas, Week 4 Sunday Night Football against the Bills. I see us winning at Kansas City, and by the way, we have Derrick Henry. Watch out for Derrick Henry on our crew. Winning against the Las Vegas Raiders. Losing a tough matchup, unfortunately, against the Cowboys because their defense still looks legit. Week 4 Sunday night at the bank against the Buffalo Bills, in which, by the way, they lost a ton of guys to free agency. They look a little weaker, and including Stephon Diggs, too. I'm going to say we get the victory at Sunday night. And then Week 5, heading towards Cincinnati. Ooh, that would be tough. I'd say we split with the Bengals. So I'll say first 5 weeks, notable games on our schedule. We'll finish it off a decent 3-2 record, depending on how it goes. We'll just see how the season goes as it winds down day after day. But I see us going 3-2, and for a total record, I see us going like the exact record we finished last year, 13-4, just to get the 1 seed in the AFC once again, and just hope for the best. And by the way, for those who checked out the Chiefs schedule, their first 2 games are against AFC North opponents that they played in the AFC Championship. Last year was Baltimore. The previous year was Cincinnati at Arrowhead, as you know. So we will see what happens with the champions right there moving forward. Now, before I end this video right here, I do want to say that it's been a pleasure bringing you here on this video right here, Brighton. And I look forward to doing yet another video together when the Orioles play the Mariners once again a couple months from now. And we'll do another video when the NFL season starts from there. So, yeah, I appreciate you having from there. And any final thoughts before I end the video there?
Not really, no.
So, yeah, thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget to leave a like. Subscribe if you haven't already. Comment down below what you guys think. And with that being said, that's all I got for you. Let's get it.